Everybody, Overshares here, and what I'd like to do is just spend a few minutes here talking to you about edge banding. And I don't know, to some of you've maybe already tried it and enjoyed doing it, this type of thing. For others, maybe you haven't even heard of it. But either way, I'm going to take a little time to show you what edge banding is all about. And it doesn't seem to matter what you're doing today. Most of your projects are going to involve either plywood or melamine or products of that nature, and what that means is the edges have got to be covered with something. You know, the faces are all a finished product, then we have to finish those there. So that's what we're going to do today, is just show you a little bit about edge banding. Edge banding comes in various different colors and different species, such as even in woods and vinyls, polyesters, just about anything you want today. There's a good variety of edge banding. Pre-glued and non-pre-glued. The stuff we're going to be using today is going to be pre-glued because we're going to be doing it probably in the simplest way that you can do it today, that everybody can do it. You won't have to have any elaborate equipment or anything like that to edge band. So I'm going to just show you what that's all about. I think what we'll do first, we'll take this white piece of melamine here and we'll just do some edge banding. We'll just smooth the edges here a little bit. Just to take off any rough cuts that might be there. Now what I'm going to do now is just clamp it up here in my workmate, just to hold it up here so I can have it held steady while I do some banding with it. Now what you want to do, take your edge banding, stretch it out across there and cut it longer than what you require. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to install this with an iron. Just a plain old clothes iron. What I've done, I've already plugged this in so it's nice and warm, so it's ready to go. So what I'll do is proceed with the bonding part of it. So you put the iron on and continuously move it, because if you stop too long in one spot, you will definitely get some burn marks on there. And the way I do it is, as you go along like this here, continue to feel it with your hand. When it becomes quite warm, that's probably good enough right there. And I would say we're getting very close right now. So what I will do is just take a block of wood like this here and just firmly press it down and move it along the edge like this here. You can also do this here with a roller, whatever is handiest for you, but I mean, everybody will be able to find a block of wood. So that makes it possible for you to do it too, just the same as anybody else. I'm just going to unplug this here so I don't burn myself. Now we have to trim off the ends, we have to trim off the edges. I'll show you a couple methods that we do have here. Number one, what you can do with your edges, just turn that upside down and just proceed to cut along the edge here. And off goes your edge. Other than that, if you wanted to, you could just leave it in here, clamped as we had it. And just take a file, hit that a couple times like that, there you are, it's off. But now we have the edges themselves to do. Now you can either turn it upside down, take your utility knife as I showed you to do the ends, run it down the edge, and that too will take care of that. I prefer to use this here system that I have. There's a special little cutter here that you can pick up at probably any tool supplier. I happen to have gotten this here from my cabinet shop supplier that I used to deal with through the years, and they had quite a few different tools and applications for different applications, of course. But this neat little knife here really works great. I'll show you how it works. You just put your piece down like this here. You put a little pressure in your knife, run it down, and there is your edging off. Just that fast. Turn it over, do the other side. Very nice. And that makes it nice and smooth, clean edges, everything. But still yet, you do have a sharp edge because of the knife cut. So what I prefer to do is just take a block of wood with some sanding paper. And by the way, this is just a block that I've made, fitted for my sanding belts off my belt sander. And this here I use a lot for different sanding applications. And that's what I use right here. Just run that along like that there, smooth it right down, and there you go. Perfect. Smooth as you want it. Now this here, when applied like this here, will last forever because it is well bonded and you have no snags on the edge to catch this or anything like that. So this here is as good as gold. Now you'll notice here, sometimes you get some black marks from the iron and that. You may want to just take your little palm sander and clean that up a little bit. I'll just maybe do that for this. And there it is, all completed. Okay, something else now that I will show you is if you feel that you want to use something a little bit more advanced than the iron, I have a neat little edge banding machine here that works quite well. And this little machine is a hot air edge banding machine, which you use the pre-glued edge banding, the same as what we just did here. And it's a little outfit made by Canwood, is the brand name of it. And I've used this off and on for quite a few years actually, for small jobs. When I had my cabinet business, I had a big edge bander, a hot glue edge bander, which when it passed through, it cut the edges, trimmed the ends, everything. It was a finished product when it came through. But since then, I don't have that equipment anymore. I sold it all. But I do still have stuff like this here to work with. So what happens here, you have a place that your roll of material goes on, and then you feed it through the guides here in the back. I'll just turn it on here to warm it up a little bit. Actually, I didn't clean the glue out of this very good the last time I used it, by the looks of things. So normally that tape will slide right into the guides and not give you a problem that way. But the way I've left it here wasn't all that good, I can see. So, but anyway, we'll finish demonstrate to you how this does work. You'll turn it on, and all it is the hot air gun that warms up the tape, the glue on the back of the tape as you go, and it feeds right through the machine here. So as you proceed with this here, you keep some pressure on that roller. There's a little roller here turning, and the tape is coming through as you go along. When you come to the end like that there, you hit that there, that's your trim knife. It cuts off the end. But there you are here now. I've just banded the other side of this here. Now, once again, this here has to be trimmed off. So you can either use your utility knife here as we did on the other one. Cut it off like that. Same thing on the other side. And like I said, I prefer using this little knife here for this. And there we are. We have another, the other side here now is all edge band. It does a very nice job too. It's a little bit faster than doing it with the iron, but if you don't have it, the iron still works, does a beautiful job too. Once you get onto it, and the key to edge banding is make sure you do warm it up enough and warm it up evenly, and move along evenly as you go across your board like that, and you will have a perfect bond on that. So that'll pretty well take care of that part. Like I said, edge banding comes in all different types. This one here happens to be for maple. A maple actual wood banding is what this is. It's not a vinyl or anything like that. It's actual wood that matches the maple grains on say maple plywood or whatever you want to do. This one here now, this one is a vinyl. This here is for a medium walnut. Say for oak, that's an oak edge banding, this one here. You can get virtually any type of edge banding that you want for any species of wood that you're working with. So that makes it pretty nice that way. Some applications you may want to edge band with actual wood itself, where you may cut strips of actual wood, say 1/4 inch thick, and then apply it to the edge of the door like that there, and then trim it off maybe with a plane. And this may be safe for sometimes you want to fancy up some cabinet doors or an entertainment center, things like this. It just makes it look a little more durable, this type of thing, but they look all right too. Sometimes too, if you want to have an inlay effect to it, you can put, say, maybe a 1/8 or 3/16 piece on first, glue it on, clamp it on, and then after, go ahead and put your 1/4 inch on next to it on top of that. Then trim it all off, and you'll have a nice little inlay on the inside part of it, and then you have your outside part, which the outside you can take and router off with your router and that, and put a nice little rounded corner or something like that on it to make it look good. But other than that, that kind of gives you an idea of what edge banding is all about. I hope it's helped you out some, and that'll conclude what I want to show you here today. Thank you very much.